Hello everyone, my name is Leslie. Welcome back to my channel. This is a series of frugal thoughts. This is a channel in which I speak extemporaneously off the top of my head without notes really. I do have a little bit of notes today about ways in which you, frugal ideas, ways for you to save money, not spend as much money, or some income producing ideas for you. Today I wanted to start this series. It's still mid-January 2022. I wanted to do a video about some things that you might want to start thinking about not spending money on in 2022. And the number one thing, if you were to ask me, that I think if you were to ask my children and say, what does your mother really hate to spend money on? I think they would say that she won't spend money on parking. I do spend money on parking. Obviously, there's times like if you're being brought into the emergency room, you do have to spend money on, or if I've had to spend money on parking, but I will go to great lengths not to pay for parking. That includes I am willing to drive around for 20 minutes or 30 minutes to find cheap or inexpensive parking on the street. If I'm downtown Philadelphia, one of my greatest examples that I was thrilled about all day, we had gone out to Notre Dame to a football game, and if you've ever been out there, their game days are just incredible. I'm not even really a football fan, quite honestly, but it's just the outside experience, and it was really fun. And we were, my son's friends were having a tailgate. Anyway, we were coming in from where we were staying, and I said, I'm familiar with that, with the university because my older kids have all gone there. I know that people nearby will charge 20, if that would be a deal, 20, 30, 40, $50 to park on their lot or on their driveway. So, plus the university, which I don't know what the university parking is. And that's such a fiasco to get over there that you just kind of want to avoid that, to be quite honest with you. I drove, and once I started getting closer to school and the campus, I said to my kids and to my husband, "Hey guys, let's start looking for some parking on the street." I came upon a section that had no parking signs, no left side only. I could see the stadium across the way. It was like a lot that was surrounded by a chain link fence, and then and there were 4 or 5 of us who were just kind of like, wow, is this parking? Because I think this is good parking, and it was free. And you could see 150 yards down the way, there were people who were paying for parking on the street in these lots. I was so thrilled that I saved $40. It made my day. I really don't like to pay for parking, and like I said, I will go to some extremes. I live in the suburbs of Philadelphia, and our local hospital, I was just there last week. I think they pay it's $2 an hour to pay for valet parking. I just drove a little bit around the corner and parked on the street. It's only $2, but then you have to tip the guy, and I just don't want to pay for parking. I am willing to walk a little bit. I remember it was actually really, really cold that day, and frankly, the exercise is good for me. I don't mind walking, and I saved the money. So, but my Notre Dame one was probably the best. Anyway, so in 2022, I want you to start thinking twice about paying for parking. Go a little further away. Instead of paying $20 for parking, maybe only pay $10 because it's not in the center city district. Or if you are going to an event where there's going to be parking, try to do on-street parking. A couple years ago, I went to a wedding downtown, and there was no. Sometimes, if you're invited as a guest, they will pay for the parking. They did not. I ended up paying parking on the street of downtown Philadelphia. Made sure I had my coins, and now they do it with credit card. And I avoided paying at one of the hotels downtown. I was walking down the center city of Philadelphia, and it was the coldest day, I think, in years. It was January 6th, I think. It was absolutely freezing. It had snowed, and there was ice. But I'm willing to go to extremes. And actually, I have to be honest with you, on that day, I remember I packed my sneakers, and I was wearing a pair of socks. So underneath my dress and my long coat. So anyway, think about not spending money on parking this year. Next time you're in a situation, think twice before pulling into the garage or the driveway and paying $10, $15, $20, and maybe think about it. And even if you do pay the $10, $15, $20, make a note of it next time. I wonder if I can find a place to park for less, because that is what I've done. It's taken me years to find the inexpensive and cheap places to park at Notre Dame and down in Center City, Philadelphia. So, and I also don't, the last thing, and then I'm getting off, I don't pay to park. It's either 50 cents or $1 now at our local train station. I'm not commuting into the city anymore, but I think it was $1 a day. And I would park literally 40 yards away down the street across the street from my friend's house, actually. And I didn't, because I didn't want to pay the $1 a day. Again, if you do that for 50 weeks a year times $5 a week, it's $250 a year. Over the course of 10 years, it's $2,500. And over the course of 20 years of working downtown, if you did, it would be $5,000 that you had paid for parking, as opposed to me, who would have saved $5,000. That can be used towards something else, either investing it or paying off debt. This is Leslie. So next time you go to pay for parking, think twice. And that is your my number one pet peeve about paying for parking. In 2022, try to make that something you try to avoid doing as well. Thank you so much for watching watching my video. I think I said washing my videos. Thank you so much for watching I just did it again. Thank you. You get the point. Bye-bye now.